extinction is the rule. Survival is the exception.
Today's children will likely see thousands of animals disappear in their lifetime.
Carl Sagan's words, from a lecture given in Glasgow in 1985, spoke to the reality that great biological dynasties are seemingly destined to reign for only a finite amount of time. Will humans follow the same fate as the dinosaurs and disappear from the face of the earth, dealt a crushing blow by some huge cosmic event, or even destroyed by the consequences of our own mistreatment of the planet? Over the next 10 minutes, we'll investigate the likelihood of this happening, as well as looking for potential solutions. In a universe governed by cold probability, the numbers tell a chilling story. As of November 2024, over 150,000 species have been assessed, with nearly 50,000 facing extinction. This isn't abstract statistics. It's the pulse of life on Earth weakening in real time. The Living Planet Index now reveals a staggering 75% decline in monitored wildlife populations since 1970, with freshwater species experiencing an 87% population crash. Each extinction triggers a cascade as complex ecological relationships unravel, like threads in a tapestry. The collapse is accelerating beyond our worst models. In Latin America and the Caribbean, wildlife populations have plummeted by 96%, while Africa has witnessed a 78% decline. Nearly all migratory fish species now face extinction. The rate of change has become so severe that 61% of key biodiversity areas are experiencing unsustainable human pressure. Climate change has solidified its position as the primary driver of biodiversity loss, causing a global decline of 3.5% in the past year alone. These aren't isolated losses. They're indicators of a biosphere in freefall. The interconnected nature of ecosystems means each loss amplifies the next, creating a devastating domino effect that threatens to unravel the very fabric of life on Earth. Here's where the paradox of salvation emerges. Saving Earth requires leaving it. Space colonization isn't just about ensuring species survival. It's about preserving our only known cradle of life. The mathematics are unforgiving. Updated projections now indicate we'll lose 12% of Earth's remaining animals and plants by 2050, rising to 31% by 2100 if current trends continue unabated.
It will be difficult enough to avoid disaster in the next 100 years, let alone the next 1,000 or million. Our only chance of long-term survival is not to remain inward-looking on planet Earth, but to spread out into space. The answers to these big questions show that we have made remarkable progress in the last 100 years. But if we want to continue beyond the next 100 years, our future is in space.
As we approach the end of 2024, these words ring truer than ever. One solution lies in moving manufacturing off-world. The first space factories are no longer just being planned, they're becoming a reality. Blue Origin and SpaceX have made significant strides in developing orbital manufacturing facilities, with the first test productions scheduled for early 2025. This isn't science fiction, it's economic necessity. The space industry has surpassed earlier projections, now expected to reach $780 billion by the end of 2024, and on track to hit $1.9 trillion by 2035. Zero-gravity manufacturing offers unprecedented opportunities for creating new materials, pharmaceuticals, and technologies impossible to produce on Earth. The International Space Station has already demonstrated the potential for producing perfect crystals for semiconductors and growing human tissue without scaffolding. Recent breakthroughs in 3D printing technology in space have opened up new possibilities for on-demand manufacturing of complex components, reducing the need for Earth-based supply chains. A single platinum-rich asteroid 500 meters in diameter contains more platinum group metals than have ever been mined in the whole of human history. The Moon harbours vast quantities of helium-3, potentially solving Earth's energy crisis through fusion power. These resources could end Earth's environmental devastation while funding further space exploration. Asteroid mining, once a distant dream, is now on the horizon. The first commercial asteroid prospecting mission is slated for launch in 2026, with full-scale mining operations expected to begin by 2035. The near-Earth asteroid population alone contains enough materials to build space colonies capable of housing billions of people, offering a solution to Earth's growing population pressures and resource scarcity. We have perhaps 15 to 25 years before environmental degradation makes large-scale space development significantly more difficult. The choice isn't between saving Earth and colonizing space. It's both or neither, as space ecologist Joe Mascaro argues. To save the Earth, we have to go to Mars. The challenges of colonizing Mars share remarkable DNA with Earth's problems: mastering recycling, producing food from barren soil, and generating carbon-free energy. Each solution developed for space colonization could be applied to Earth's environmental challenges. Recent advancements in closed-loop life support systems, initially designed for long-duration space missions, are now being adapted to create ultra-efficient, zero-waste urban environments on Earth. Moving heavy industry off Earth could reverse climate change effects while colonizing space. Space-based manufacturing could eliminate industrial pollution from our atmosphere, while solar power satellites could beam clean energy to every corner of the globe. The first prototype of a space-based solar power satellite is set to launch in 2025, with full-scale implementation expected by 2040. The technologies developed for space colonies are revolutionizing how we live on Earth. Vertical farming techniques, originally designed for growing food in space habitats, are now being implemented in urban areas worldwide, significantly reducing water usage and increasing food production efficiency. The return on investment continues to astound economists and policymakers alike. While the Apollo program returned $7 for every one invested, current investments in basic space research are now predicted to yield $50 in economic growth for every one spent. The commercial satellite industry has exceeded expectations too, reaching $15.2 billion in 2024 and projected to hit $20 billion by 2030. NASA's technology transfer initiatives generated a record-breaking $82.5 billion in economic output during fiscal year 2024. This economic stimulation is evident across various sectors, from satellite communications to agriculture and transportation. The development of new materials for space applications has led to breakthroughs in everything from energy storage to medical implants, creating entirely new industries and job markets. The extinction cascade is already underway, but hope exists in the form of technological progress. This year has marked several crucial moments in space exploration. NASA's Artemis II mission successfully sent 4 astronauts around the Moon and back, marking a major step towards returning humans to lunar orbit. The Europa Clipper mission, launched in October 2024, is now on its way to explore Jupiter's moon Europa for potential signs of life. China's Chang'e 6 rover successfully collected the first samples from the far side of the moon, providing new insights into lunar geology. Each successful mission increases our chances of species survival while developing technologies to heal our home planet. The first permanent lunar base, a joint effort between NASA, ESA, and private companies, is now scheduled for completion by 2028, 2 years ahead of the original timeline. Mars missions are firmly targeted for the mid-2030s, with the first crewed landing expected no later than 2037. The window for action is closing, but the technology for space colonization is ready and advancing rapidly. Establishing manufacturing facilities in orbit is now projected for 2028, with the first commercial space station dedicated to manufacturing set to begin operations in 2029. Each step makes the next easier, while simultaneously providing technologies and resources to heal Earth. The mathematics of survival demand nothing less than the expansion of consciousness beyond our planetary cradle. In saving ourselves through space colonization, we may end up saving everything we left behind. The time for debate is over. The numbers are clear, the technology is ready, and the window of opportunity is closing. As we stand at this crossroads, the choice is clear. We must expand beyond Earth or accept our eventual extinction. Unlike the countless species before us that failed to adapt, we're the first species on Earth with the capability to make this choice consciously. The question isn't whether we should colonize space, but whether we will do so in time. We must act now, not just to save our species, but to save the only known cradle of life in our corner of the cosmos. In doing so, we may discover that the road to the stars is the same road that leads to Earth's salvation. The journey ahead is daunting, but the alternative, the slow extinction of life on Earth, is unthinkable. As we reach for the stars, we may find that we're not abandoning our home, but saving it in ways we never imagined possible.